You can get anything delivered these days, but what's in these big boxes? How about a new sofa? Inside is the Sofatica Cloud Sofa. I'm moving out the old in my living room and moving in a fresh new look. Yep, my delivery went from boxy to moxy in minutes.
In this review, I've ordered one to find out for myself what it's like. I'll take you through the unboxing and the setup, talk about what the fabric is like and how it holds up to my two dogs. I'll share what the overall comfort is like and how you can configure this sofa too. I'll wrap things up with both the pros and the cons, and then I'll let you know whether I think I can recommend this sofa for you. I would like to say a quick thank you to the company for sending one of its sofas to me at no charge, so I could try it out here in my home over several weeks. While the company is sponsoring this post, they haven't told me what I have to say or what I can't say, and I got to use it as I wanted, so you can consider these thoughts all my own.
It probably goes without saying, but you're having a sofa delivered, so while you're waiting, make some room. I was impressed to find about a week after my order, the entire sofa was delivered to my door. Each piece arrives in its own box, and they are fairly heavy at about 80 pounds. You'll probably want to rope in some help to get them moved into your space. Once you've done that, you do have some other work to do. Open up each box and pull out the pieces. Each section of the sofa is made up of what I'll call the box, which acts as the base. Carefully stuck inside there is the back or the arm piece, depending on which piece you're opening. And also inside is a fabric cover for the base and your cushions. I will admit the first box we opened, we struggled mightily with getting the pieces out from inside of the base. Because all of the cushions are compression packed, they do start to inflate during shipping, which does make it kind of hard to remove everything. With the parts finally unpacked, you're going to slot either the back or the back and the sides into the base. Now this is a bit scary since you're going to need to actually pierce the fabric cover to get the metal supports into brackets underneath. Take a look from the underside and see where the brackets go, then carefully cut a small opening in the cover and push the back or the arm into place. Once that's done, the base is going to get a cover added over top of that that's going to match the cover of the fabric you chose. Figure out which way is up and pull that on. The cover attaches with a zipper and it should fit perfectly as mine did. Your last job will be to attach the legs, and again here you're going to put the legs on through the mesh fabric in the bottom of each box. Now it kind of seems like a bad idea to be piercing the fabric, though it is mesh, so there's kind of already holes there for you to work with. Though I do wonder how this is going to end up in the long term, particularly if I need to remove the base cover often, which I probably should not, so I'll have to report back after a few months of use. Your last task will be to put the cushions into place with included strips of Velcro, which will help hold them. Then repeat this process for each piece of your sofa. It took us just under an hour to get everything unpacked and set up correctly. I've got the 3-seater sofa, which comes with an ottoman too. The ottoman is probably the easiest piece to get set up, and it has a hinged lid that opens up to a massive storage space inside. The cushion for the ottoman is shipped in there, and you can just pop it into place. The great thing about this is everything is completely modular and customizable. We set it up to be a long couch in our living room, and in this configuration, it is long, measuring about 120 inches wide, 80 inches deep, and 23 high. If we decide we're ready for a different look, we can easily move one of the sections out to create a smaller 2-seater sofa, or we could even add a section to create a massive 4-seater. You can see I had lots of fun playing with the look of this sofa and the layout. I'm going to flip one of the pieces over here so you can see exactly how these are built. They're essentially a hollow wooden box that forms the base section. Then there's also a back piece here where they attach together. Metal brackets are used.
Where the comfort comes in is in the cushions here. The cushions are large and really plush and made of both a foam layer and a feather down layer, which I really appreciate for providing soft comfort. The company says there's kind of a sack on the inside that holds the feathers in place around that foam core, and it keeps the feathers from escaping out through the upholstery. And what that does overall is it creates a really soft and extremely comfortable cushion that is made for relaxing.
At the same time, because that base is made of wood and there are minimal metal springs, which you can kind of see here, it does give you a rather firm base. This makes the sofa something you wouldn't take a run and bounce down on, but rather something that's going to provide more structured seating, which I prefer. I tried sitting, laying, stretching out, even sleeping on the sofa. Both husband Roger and I have found ourselves quite surprised by how comfortable it is. I think it helps that the seats are pretty large and deep, so there's lots of room to stretch out here. At the same time, the cushions are also quite plush, particularly on the back, so there's no feeling of the wooden frame through any of it. I also really like that the cushions for the arms are removable. The arms themselves are flat and squared, so it's ideal if you want to remove a cushion and set a drink here instead. When you're looking for that more loungy feel, the cushions can just be popped back into place.
I chose my sofa in this gray fabric, which the company calls performance fabric, meant for busy households and pet owners. The covers on the sofa are machine washable, and we'll get to what happened when I washed mine coming up.
The fabric feels really nice, and it's actually softer than I thought it would be. It's lightly textured, and the color looks like it's made up of a few different colors of fiber, which gives it its overall hue. The fabric feels quite durable, and from the very beginning, I didn't have any hesitation about letting the dogs jump on it. Sofatica says this is made to resist pilling, and I will be paying close attention because the last sofa I bought from a fancy department store began to pill after a year of use, and we were incredibly disappointed with it. For the first few days or so, we used the sofa as we ordinarily would, taking morning coffee with the dogs or doing some work from couch. In the evenings, the Sofatica Cloud sofa transitioned to our cocktail lounge where we could put our feet up, kick back, and relax. Depending on how you like to use your sofa, it's also ideally sized for taking a nap. Now, of course, we do allow our dogs on the sofa, so they put it to the test as well, and if these faces are any indication, they're finding it pretty enjoyable too.
If you are going to let your pets on the sofa here, you know how important it is to be able to wash the fabric. After 2 weeks with our sofa, I decided to try and wash the covers and see what the overall washing experience is like.
Each of the covers just unzips from the cushion, and unlike a lot of sofas, these come off really easily. I washed the covers, dried them on the air fluff setting, and put them back on, and I'm so glad to report there was absolutely no shrinking. After washing, they went on easily and fit just as they did when I removed them.
The washing instructions are fairly simple. Just make sure you wash the covers in cool water and you can hang them to dry. If you do want to put them in the dryer, the company recommends you put them on a low setting or an air only setting. Overall, I've been really surprised by the quality of this sofa and how much I like it. Let's go over both the pros and the cons so you can see if it might be right for your home.
On the pro side, the assembly took a bit of work, but it was straightforward and the pieces fit together perfectly. The modular design lets me make changes to my room anytime. I think the fabric is really soft and attractive, and it feels durable. I love the cushions with their down filling, and it just makes the sofa feel really luxurious. The seats are large and deep, which creates a lot of space to spread out and truly get comfortable. As far as I'm concerned, this is a great sofa for pets. There have been no snags or pulls on the fabric from wayward claws, and if I'm being honest, both dogs find it incredibly comfortable too. Since it's washable, I don't have to worry about shoving them off the couch if they get up there, and when needed, I can just wash those covers of the pillows and even slip the covers off of the bases as well if needed. I also appreciate the fact that Velcro strips are included to keep the cushions in place while also allowing you to remove them easily, and same goes with the base connectors. If you want to bolt the sections together, you can, but I found in our house it just wasn't necessary.
So what are the potential downsides? Well, there is no getting around that this is a massive sofa and it's definitely not going to be appropriate for every space, so I would definitely recommend you measure your space and choose appropriately before you place your order. I would also be a huge fan of the company creating a smaller apartment-sized sofa or something similar so that I could use one of these in a different but much smaller room of the house. The other thing I will be keeping an eye on is the wear and how the fabric in particular ages over time. But for now, in short, I wasn't expecting to be blown away by this sofa, but everyone here at our home has absolutely fallen in love with it, and I can definitely recommend the Cloud sofa for you. The 3-seater sofa with Ottoman configuration that I have here sells for about $2,099 US with free shipping on US orders only, but they do also ship to Canada, albeit with longer order times. You can check the description box for updated pricing as well as current coupons and special offers. Thanks for watching.